showing the region of Thar Desert, which lies in the northwestern part of India. It covers a large area of Rajasthan. I hope you all know Rajasthan. Rajasthan is a desert area and there is lackness of water and the soil is sandy. The region is dry and hot and water is less. So people need to walk a long way to fetch water from. Sometimes sandstorms blow to cover everything. Since soil is dry and it is difficult to grow plants and trees in the Thar desert, and that's why we can't find more plants in desert areas. In this region, the summers are very hot and in winters, the nights are bitterly cold. And you can also say living conditions are very difficult here. Now the next one is the Deccan Plateau. Children, as you can see in this picture, the color pink is showing the region of the Deccan Plateau. As I have told you, plateaus are the land higher than the land around them and they are flat at the top. The southern part of India forms a peninsula which is surrounded by the Arabian Sea in the west and the Bay of Bengal in the east and the Indian Ocean in the south. Let me show you something. We were studying a plateau. As I told you, a plateau is an area of flat land that is higher than the land around it with a flat top. The southern part of India forms a peninsula which is surrounded by the Arabian Sea in the west. Just see, where is west? West is here. Now children, do you know what is the meaning of peninsula? Peninsula is a land which is surrounded by water on three sides. And as you can see, the southern part of India is surrounded by water on three sides. Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. And that's why the southern part of India is called the Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau or the Deccan Plateau lies south of the Northern Plains. And where is Northern Plain? As I told you, the color green is showing the region of Northern Plains. And the Deccan Plateau and the Peninsular Plateau lies to the south direction. From Northern Plains. And that's why most rivers in this region flow from west to east. The rivers like Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri flow into the Bay of Bengal, whereas the Narmada and the Tapi rivers flow into the Arabian Sea. These rivers water this area, and however, these areas are not as fertile as plains. The Satpura and the Vindhya ranges of hills in central India separate the Deccan Plateau from the plains of the north. Now the next one is the coastal plains. Children, as you can see in this picture, the color orange is showing the range of the coastal plains. Narrow strips of plains are also found along the east and west coast of India, and these are known as the eastern coastal plains and the western coastal plains. Mountain ranges called the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats separate the Deccan Plateau from the coastal plains. And these mountain ranges are not as high as the Himalayan range. The coastal plains meet at Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. Look at the picture. This is Kanyakumari and this is Tamil Nadu. The coastal plains meet at Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. This light blue color is showing the region of the Deccan Plateau, and what I told you, the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats separate Deccan Plateau from the coastal plains. This is Western Ghat and this is Eastern Ghats, and as you can say, this is the range of Deccan Plateau, and these two ghats are separating the Deccan Plateau from the coastal plains. The coastal plains are very fertile. A number of crops are grown here. The temperature is neither too hot nor too cold, and this region has also many minerals. Do you know what is the meaning of minerals? Minerals means like neelam, topaz, etc. Now children, the next one is the island areas. India has two main island areas, and these areas are surrounded by water on all the sides. India has two main island areas, and these are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are on the eastern side in the Bay of Bengal, and the other group of islands is the Lakshadweep, and it is located in the Arabian Sea. These islands are beautiful places, and many tourists visit them each year. Among these islands, Andaman and Nicobar is the largest, whereas the Lakshadweep is the smallest island. So children, our chapter is finished. I hope you all studied well, and next day we will learn our next topic.